Part 2 of this video starts in northern Arizona at the little town of Page. I headed over to the local Denny's that morning for my favorite breakfast there. Biscuits and gravy, eggs sunny side up, and some hash brown. I throw in some Tabasco sauce to get the old engine started. I was scheduled to visit both Antelope Canyons today. Was I excited? Does the bear shit in the woods? First up was the upper Antelope Canyon, which takes place above the ground. I went with the Antelope Canyon Navajo Tours. This is where you assemble for the tour, and here's a picture of the fleet of the pickup trucks that take you to the canyon. Before the tour left, I decided to use the bathroom. I saw this sign in my outhouse. Good thing I read the sign first. I was all set to practice my flying dismount. Oh yeah, there are a few rules to this tour. No backpacks, tripods, big bags, and selfie sticks are allowed. So that pretty much eliminated my video camera. I'll be taking all my videos with my iPhone. Here's what it looked like coming to the entrance of the canyon. This shot is taken right at the entrance. You can see that even in the off-season there was a crowd of people there. Inside the canyon, it was like an alien world. The guy on the far right was our guide. You can see how people were dressed. That it was a very cold, windy day. The wind and the water have carved the walls into so many different shapes. Depending on the time of the year and what time of the day it was, these walls could look completely different. One thing about this dark canyon, you had to stay focused and not let your imagination run wild. Phew, it was all just my imagination, and I'm going to just imagine that I didn't just shit my pants. Finally, I come to the other side of Upper Antelope Canyon. This is an out and back trail, meaning you come back the same way you came in. And here I am heading back. This canyon has more twists and turns than a rattlesnake. Here's a picture of a fellow tourist going through the canyon. Didn't take me long to finish my hike. I turned around one last time to see another group about to enter the canyon. Well, I had several hours before I could go on the lower Antelope Canyon tour, so I went and had some lunch. Then I drove a short distance to a lookout point of Lake Powell. You can hear the wind on the video. In fact, it was so windy I had a hard time just standing still. Heading back, I stopped off at the Glen Canyon Dam and the Carl Hayden Visitor Center. Here's what the Visitor Center looks like. This is a selfie of me in the reflective windows of the Visitor Center. This is a picture looking the other way from the Visitor Center. This is the Glen Canyon Dam from the Visitor Center. The dam rises 710 feet high, the second highest dam in the United States, the Hoover Dam being the highest at 726 feet. Here's a shot of the bridge located near the dam. Here's a picture of the dam from the bridge. And this is a picture looking upstream from the dam. Here's another look at the dam. This is from a viewpoint close to where I ate breakfast this morning at Denny's. Finally, it was time for me to show up at the Dixie Ellis Lower Antelope Canyon Tour. It turned out to be located across the road from the Upper Antelope Canyon Tour that I'd taken earlier this morning. Look at the wind blowing that dirt there. There are actually two different Lower Antelope Canyon tour groups. By chance, I went with the Dixie Ellis and was very happy with the results. The rules for the Lower Antelope tour were pretty much the same as the ones for the Upper Antelope tour. No backpacks, tripods, big bags, or selfie sticks. But there was one addition: no videos.
Oh, fun.
But that's okay. I could deal with it. And like the sign said, it's not just a tour, it's an adventure. On the Lower Canyon tour, you walk out to the starting point with a guide. Here's a picture of people waiting to enter the canyon. It's below ground, and you end up hiking 5 stories into the ground. This was the last video I was able to take on the Lower Antelope Canyon tour. This is my tour group, 5 stories down into the ground. In the background you can see somebody coming down the ladder. This is looking back at another tour group coming down. Here's one of the many ladders going up. Fortunately, it wasn't 5 stories at one time. You can see those holes to the left of the ladder. That's how you originally went up that wall. Hey, that's me down there, photobombing the beautiful designs in the rock. Part of the tour group heading up the canyon. Here I am again. At least I haven't gotten lost yet. Can you see the shark's head with its nose and mouth facing to the left? Say cheese. This design on the rock is an upside down heart or a spade. I'll let you decide. Walking up the canyon. More designs on the canyon wall. At one point, looking up at the sky, you can see the outline of a seahorse. Here's a narrow part of the Lower Canyon walk. Everyone seems to be taking a picture of something here. It's an image of a gorilla face in the wall. Last stairs to the top and the end of the trail. This is looking down those stairs. After finishing that Lower Antelope Canyon trail, I had a little bit of sunshine left, so I decided to take a hike on the Hanging Garden Trail. The trail is just across the bridge from the Glen Canyon Dam. Here's a shot looking off in the distance. You can tell that it was extremely windy that day. Rocks marked the trail. It was so windy, it made Lower Antelope Canyon look like a breeze. Here I am on the trail. And here are some designs in the sand. You can see by the picture that the weather was starting to change on me, so I headed back to my motel to get a good night's sleep for the big day tomorrow. That's it for the 2019 trip to Arizona Part 2. Part 3 will include the Grand Canyon and the cities of Williams, Seligman, and Kingman.